Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapper and Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. Okay, this time we have something vintage, kind of like off the back wall of Ratchets. This is an SW4050A. SW, from what I can gather online, was Stephen Walden, which I don't know what the difference is between Stephen Walden and just Walden tools, but they are, I think, the same company because this looks very similar to a similar vintage Walden ratchet, except this one has some different things. Mainly one main different thing is this big giant knob here, switch knob that you use to switch from side to side to switch the positions. But yeah, like other Waldens of this vintage, kind of not the greatest style or the greatest ratchets or tools. The workmanship, the finishing, let's just say not the greatest. But before we jump into all that, if you could do me a big favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Yes, I am begging for likes and subscriptions. Okay, not sure the vintage on this. I'm gonna say maybe 50s or 60s. Could be earlier. I don't think this was 70s or after, but yeah, maybe in that range, maybe 60s or 50s. But like I said, could be a bit earlier, maybe late 40s or something. Here is the handle, has some lines cut into it, trying to look like knurling. They're a little bit raised more on this side of the lines. And what else? There's a raised H here in the body. Not much here, just kind of a depression on both sides here. And this happens to be a 3/8 model. Some really heavy back drag, really bad. When we open it up, we're gonna see what might be causing that, but very coarse also, maybe like 20 teeth on this. Let's open it up and see what we find. So, has a Phillips holding the switch down. This is the screw, and the switch is pretty heavy. It's kind of got like box ends, like straight lines. The ends are a little bit rounded, but on this side they're straight, parallel to each other. That's to help grab onto the pawl protrusion here, which has flat sides and a rounded tops. Let's keep going. These are the screws for the plate. Just regular Phillips head screws. Okay, when you open this up, be careful because this likes to slide from position where it right here, it's holding down the ball and spring well, but once you open it, it's going to slip up and the ball might fall out or jump out. See what I mean? Once it moves out of position, it kind of doesn't hold very well, the ball and spring. Here's the plate. Not very thick, but not thin either. Looks kind of average. Here, see what I mean? Yep, that's the ball. Just flew out. Give me a couple of seconds. Let me find the ball. Okay, we're back. I found the ball. I should have taken my own advice, and I didn't, and you see what happens. Just what I told you would happen. Okay, here is the paw. The paw kind of like a modified bat wing, kind of a V wing here. Just one tooth on top. They're very sharp. Bottom here for the switching. And here is the gear. The gear kind of looks a little bit rough. You see over here on this side, they kind of didn't machine it too well. You see there's like overhang of like some of the metal. When they cut it, it kind of just, they sliced through it, but they didn't clean up this side over here from the extra little bits of metal that kind of they pushed through. Here's the other side, which is a bit slightly concaved on the back here. Not sure why they did that. Maybe to save a little weight or save a little metal. I don't know. I doubt it though. But here is the ball, detent, and the peening looks a little scraggly also there. Alright, inside, continuation of kind of the roughness. They just kind of broached this just like, I don't know, really quick. It looks like they just went in, boom, over here, and then went in over here, and didn't really clean up anything. Yeah, you can see the sides here are kind of like all rough. The metal, nothing was really over here. Nothing was really smoothed out at all. Over there, it looks kind of rough. Here's the spring, kind of a long spring. Not sure if it's original. Not sure if the ball is original because the ball, this hole, seems a lot bigger than that ball. So maybe the ball got lost at one point and they used that as a replacement, which is a little bit smaller. I'm not sure. But that's what it looks like to me. Over here, there's a hole. They didn't bother to patch or anything. This is, I guess, the old days of when they had to drill that hole there, and the only way they can drill it was to drill this way, straight down, and they left the hole there. And later on, other companies, they found a way of drilling a little bit canted in, so the hole would be a little bit canted, but they didn't have to go in through the top like that. They can cant the drill or whatever, and on a slight angle, make the hole. Okay, so yeah, pretty much that's it here. Not much to see. Kind of slightly interesting, but because it's a little bit different. To get it back together, you take the ball, put on the spring. I like to hold it down with my nail and then get the paw into the paw down there and hold it down so where the ball is. You see how much space there is there on the ball and the hole. See how much hole space there is. That's why I say I'm not sure if this was just the original ball. Could be. It works. So that's what leads me to believe it might be the original. Wow, okay, sorry for the technical difficulties in this video. It's kind of a wild video. Everything's going like kind of haywire. Okay, so we're holding down the pawl there, and the spring and the ball, and now we put the plate on. Swing it around to hold that in place, like so. And now we can get our screws in, hopefully. Like so. And we take our switch and put our screw back on it. Something like that. Now we see if it's switching. Yeah, switching. Oh, horrible back drag. This is probably one of the worst ratchets that I felt, that back drag. Wow. So anyhow, that's what we got. The Walden USA, but not so great quality. SW Stephen Walden 4050A Ratchet 3/8. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright guys, until next time.